Okay, this is going to be about how to create a free WordPress site. First, go to WordPress.com. Then you're going to create an account. I already have, it'll be on Get Started. I already have an account, so I'm going to click Sign In. Now I'm going to go through a few things that if you already have a WordPress site, go ahead and log in. So I'm just going to log in my account. But if you don't already have an account, it'll take you directly to where you're going to give them a bunch of information. And don't forget that once you create your account, to go to whatever email you give them and verify that you created a WordPress account, because otherwise anything you do on WordPress won't be saved until you do that. Okay? Let me finish logging in here. Okay, now if you do not already have a WordPress account and you're just there for the first time, it'll take you right to where you're going to create a site. But since I already have an account, I have to kind of play a little game here and go down here and tell it I'm going to make a new site. So if you already do have a WordPress, you've got to go to here to your switch sites and then click on add a new site. Okay. The rest of you will automatically come to this page if you're just creating a WordPress site for the first time. So we don't have an existing, so we're going to create a shiny new WordPress site. So we start now. Okay, and then I am not going to choose a blog. I'm going to start with a website because it kind of already builds some stuff for you, which makes it kind of convenient. So I'm going to do start with a website, and I'm just going to give it like a fake name. Now you can put your name, you can put whatever you're going to put here. Do remember that you're going to have to type this over and over throughout the semester, so don't make it too long. Just make it something that you can remember and you can deal with. I'm just going to, for the sake of this, it's going to FIU test 789. Okay, and then it's going to look and see if that's available. Now obviously we're going to pick the free one, which includes the .wordpress.com. Don't do anything that you have to pay for. Okay, and again here on this we're going to pick a free site for $0. Okay, and then we don't have a subdomain. We're not going to do that. So just go to view my site. Actually, I'm just going to scroll down here and check and make sure there's nothing else, because WordPress is always updating and they're always trying to sell you something. So be careful of these upgrades and things like that. Let's don't do that. So view my site. Okay, so this is what their generic site looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start to customize this site. So it already builds the menus. These pages are already created. So I'm going to go here and go on my sites and then scroll all the way to the bottom and click on WP Admin. Now, if for any reason you don't have that WP Admin button, you can always just come up here and go to your whatever WordPress you called it. Okay, that's just your page. But then come here and type /WP-admin and hit return, and you'll go to the dashboard. Okay, you get the dashboard, it gives you all these nice controls over here. So the first thing we're going to look at is the pages. So I'm just going to go to pages and all pages. Now these are the pages that are pre-created for you. We're going to end up with 4 total pages, and this is the order that they appear in on the menu and in your site. WordPress starts with 0, so home is 0, about is 1, page is 2, 3, 4, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this one. Now we're not going to have a contact page because I don't really want anybody trying to contact you through this, so we're just going to trash the contact page. So I'm just going to hit trash here and let that one go away. Now home is 0, about's going to be the last page, so I'm going to go into quick edit here. I'm not going to change about. Later on you're going to add some typed content, but I'm going to change the order to this to number 4, so it's the last page of the website. And every time you do something, anytime you edit a page, and you have to come up here and click on update. Update equals save in WordPress. And it'll do this little spinning thing, and then the whole page will kind of do this little jump, boom, like that, and that means it's saved. Okay? So now let's go back to all pages again. And about drop down a little bit here. So this is page here. We're going to click on edit. And we're going to call page, we're going to change this name to ICAs. And that's going to stand for in-class assignments. And we're going to change, since it's the second page, remember WordPress starts with 0. So we're going to change this to be number 1. So it'll be the second page, which is a little confusing, but you know, hey, that's the way WordPress did it. Click on update, wait for the little spinning thing and the little jump that happens. There it is. Okay, so we're going to add a new page. And the new page is major projects. Okay, and we're going to call this number 2. So it'll be third. I know, go figure. And we're going to publish this page since it wasn't already there. It's not an update. We're actually publishing this page. And now, once that does its little jump, we go to all pages again, make sure they're lining up correctly. Home, ICAs, major page. Now, we're just going to take blog. And the only thing we're going to do with blog is change its order. Right now, it's down there at the bottom. So again, let's go on edit. Okay, and we go down to where its page number is. Again, it was already 4, so let's make it 3. And update. Okay, so now let's go back to all pages and make sure they show up in the correct order. That would be home, ICAs, major projects, blog, and about. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go here to menus. So go to appearance and menus. And what we want to do here is we're going to change the order of the menu to match what we did. So we have these testimonials here, but we're going to get rid of that. So just click on this little down triangle. You might have to scroll down like I'm doing here. And we're going to remove testimonials because we're not going to bother with that. Contact, we deleted that page already, so we're going to remove that from the menus as well. Okay, we're going to add major projects over here, so click on that and add it to the menu. And let's put these in the correct order. So home, ICAs, oops, don't indent it, it becomes a sub-menu then. Okay, and then major projects underneath this, and then about last. Okay, and then we're going to save this menu. We're going to automatically add new pages that we create onto here, although I don't think we're going to add any new ones, and hit the save menu. And again, it's going to do a little jump that tells you that it actually saved what's going on here. Okay, so that saved the menus. Now, let's go to our My Sites. Click on that. It takes us to the site we're working on, so let's click on that. Okay, now this is what we've done. Notice it says Home, ICAs, Major Project, Blog, and About. Okay. Now we've got all of this stuff going on, including what we see down here, which is testimonials. Okay. Now we need to get rid of testimonials. So these testimonials here we don't want. So we're going to go up here, and the quickest way to get rid of this is actually to change the theme. So let's go back on My Sites and scroll down all the way to the bottom, click on WP Admin. Remember, if you don't have the WP Admin button, you have to come up here and click and type /WP-admin, and that'll take you back to here. Now what we're going to do here is pick a theme, and maybe the theme we're going to pick, so let's go to Appearance and Themes. Maybe the theme we're going to pick doesn't have testimonials, so we don't have to jump through all those hoops. And then you get all the themes that are available to you, including ones you have to pay for and ones that you don't. And if you give it a couple of moments, it will pop up a menu that will give you the option of seeing the free, only the free, here it is, the free templates that are available. Now you can pick any template that you want in here. Just realize that these pictures don't all necessarily populate for you. So picking ones with all this extra content doesn't always give you all this extra content. Some of them do and some of them don't. So I prefer to start one that's pretty simple. Now I don't want everybody to pick this one, but I'm going to pick this 2013. Now you can preview it without activating it. By the way, changing themes does not affect the content of your site, so you can change themes at any time, so you don't need to worry about that. It'll just make it look different. It won't change the content that you've put in your theme. You won't lose anything. But I already know what this looks like, so I'm not going to preview it. I'm just going to activate it. And it takes a couple seconds. And then they always try to pop up something that gets you to try to buy something, which is customizations from your site. Some of them are free, but some of them you have to pay for, but there's really no real need to customize your site that way. See, customize your site, you don't really need to do that. So we're going to just close that out. And again, I'm just going to come up here to my sites again, and then click on the site title just to see what it looks like and make sure it all changed. And as you can see, there's no more testimonials because this particular testimonial doesn't have anything here. Okay, so I've now created the page that I want. Okay, so now we're going to go in and add some customizations that are required for the class. So we're going to get on My Sites. And again, if I'm scrolling all the way down, I'm going to WP Admin. If you don't have that, again, just type it up here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go to Google Images and find a multimedia picture. So I'm going to open another tab here and just go to images.google.com. And I'm going to type multimedia. Okay, and I'm just going to pick one. I don't want to pick one that you can use, so I'll pick one that is not going to be usable. See how this says Shutterstock's logo on it? So nobody's going to pick this one because you don't want one that says Shutterstock on it. So I'm just going to click this, and then I'm going to click View the Image. Okay, and then up here I'm going to copy the URL. Just click in there and hit Control-C to copy it. Now I'm going to come back here, okay, and I'm going to go to my media folder, and I'm going to add new media. Okay, now one of the options it gives me here is this switch to improved editor, so I'm going to do that. Comes over to here, and then I'm going to go to add media here, and it lets me add by the URL. It tries to have me pull it off my hard drive, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to click here and say add via URL, and just paste in what I copied before and let it upload. So it actually makes a copy of that image on your site. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my page. So I'm going to go back to my WP admin again. And I'm going to go to my page, all pages. I'm going to go to my home page, and I can do a quick edit. Nope, my bad. Let's go back to all pages again. Let's just do edit, home and edit. Okay. And then I'm going to click in here, and I'm just going to do a Control A or Command A on a Mac and just delete this. Hit delete on your keyboard. And then I'm going to add media. In the picture, I'm going to go to my media library, not upload files, I already did that, and pick the picture that I just picked and insert it into the page. Okay. And there it is. Okay. Now, if I want to write any little tagline or anything I can do there, I can do that. So I'm going to update. Okay. Now I can go back and view the page. And you can see there's a little thing there. Now, the problem with it to me is that it's a little bit small. So I'm just going to go hit the back button, go back into the editor. And all you have to do to make it a little bit larger is just click on it and then just drag the corner of it a little bit. Just make it a little larger, that's fine. And then update. Don't make it so large that it pixelizes like crazy, but it's pixelizing a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Again, view the page. Okay, so that's good. All right, that's all good. All right, now we're going to go back to our WP admin again. And we're going to go to Pages. And we're going to go to About. And then here, okay, again, Control or Command A and hit backspace or delete. And say write something here concerning what your page is about and what it's for. Okay, so you're going to do your own thing here. Again, remember, after you do anything on a page, you have to update or it will be lost. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do, we're going to go to Settings and General, and this is very important. Here's where you get to give your site a title, and I'm just going to call mine Multimedia 1. That's boring as heck, but that's what I'm going to do. You can give your site any name you want. Now remember, to get to your site, you're still going to type in what you did when you created the site, but this is the name of your site that's going to show up on the home page. And then the tagline needs to be your actual name. So I'm not figuring out whose site is whose. When I go to your site, the tagline will have your name on it. And then again, you always have to scroll down or scroll up or scroll left or right and find the thing that updates or saves changes. The last thing we're going to do here is I'm going to go Sites again and then click on my site name. Notice it's now called Multimedia 1. Notice this now has my name there. Notice all this is here. We haven't posted any ICAs yet, but here's that page. Now there's a little content that's already been provided for you. If you want to, you can go into that page and delete that if you don't like it or change it. Major projects also here. Notice there's nothing there. The blog, which we haven't made any entries into, but again, you can change that if you want. And the about, which you can add and see it'll have in that little thing I typed in before about write something here concerning what your page is about and what it's for. And that pretty much takes care of the whole deal. I'll take us back to the home page, and that's it.